I'm someone who is very interested in self-development, and over the last couple of years, I've spent a lot of my time reading personal development books, trying out different products, different foods, drinks, exercises, diets, you name it. I've researched it and love it. I'm obsessed with it. But in that time, there are two specific things that have really blown me away. They're very simple that anyone at home can do. And it's these two drinks, and I'm going to be taking you through them in this video. One of them will allow you to get to sleep very easy if you're someone who suffers with insomnia, or wakes up in the morning feeling really groggy and like they've not had any sleep and they feel just tired throughout the whole day. This drink will absolutely blow your mind away in how effective it is at basically getting rid of all of that grogginess, allowing you to get to sleep extremely quickly. And it's nothing insane. It's just two ingredients, something that you probably have in your cupboard at home. And I will get into that one in a second. And then the second drink is a drink that allows you to focus tremendously. It's something that I have it right here with me now. This is my little, I don't know what you call it, like a strainer sort of thing that allows me to pour out the tea, and I can get it into like a mug like this, which I drink, and it allows me to basically focus extremely well and get myself into a flow, a deep state of being able to do a lot of work for an extended period of time. It's so much better than coffee. And I'll explain a little bit about that, but let's just jump into this. So I call these productivity cocktails, and I'm going to go over their uses and how you specifically can use these at home. So what are they? Most people use energy drinks or coffee to get energy throughout their day. However, there are alternative drinks that can be used to supercharge your brain, boost focus and clarity without the sugar or caffeine rush. This is sort of like one of the big things about these drinks, is that they don't have you having a big crash. So the two are titanium tea and Bragg's apple cider vinegar with another ingredient in there. So the first one is the sleep cocktail. This is probably the weirdest experience that I've had when it comes to having any kind of drink in my life, in terms of like the productivity and personal development area. I came across this through Tim Ferriss's book, and a lot of his podcasts. He talks about this cocktail, basically, that you can have, and it will allow you to get to sleep very quickly and wake up in the morning with feeling completely refreshed. You will be alert, and I heard all of these different things, and I was like, okay, is that actually going to be true? I was a bit skeptical, but I thought, what have I got to lose? So I bought this drink at Bragg's apple cider vinegar, and how you basically do this is you pour 1 tablespoon of this into a mug, into a cup, and then you go ahead and you get a tablespoon of pure raw honey. It's very important. You put those two together in a cup, and then you pour boiling hot water onto that drink. And once you drink that, you straight away, before you're going to bed. So I ideally try to do this 15 to 20 minutes before I lay down in my bed to go to sleep. The hot drink itself makes you kind of sleepy, very similar to what you get if you have any kind of tea, like chamomile tea or peppermint tea, something like that. Usually makes you feel really relaxed and tired as a hot drink, so this helps with that. But there's something about the Bragg's apple cider vinegar and the honey and how they work together. I've even written here, like, Seth Roberts, a professor of psychology, discovered that a simple mix of ingredients absorbed throughout the body over an 8-hour period causes the user to wake up rested without groggy feelings. Now, they've done many tests for this, and they're not entirely sure why this works, but it really does work, and it's something that once you've tried it yourself, you'll be blown away at how effective it is. So, for example, I'll give you the story of the first time that I tried it. I was at university at the time. I was doing my 10,000 word dissertation, and I was obviously working crazy hours, not getting much sleep, and this is when I started to look for things to help me sleep and to feel more energetic, and that was when I came across this drink. So I bought the ingredients, and I thought, what have I got to lose? Let's try it. I took this drink around 11:30 at night, and I woke around 7 a.m. And I'm sure at some point in your life you've had that experience where you wake up in the morning and you are so refreshed and awake, you kind of have your eyes closed and you just open them and you just get straight out of bed within seconds, and you're kind of like, wow, I'm really awake right now, I feel great. There is no grogginess, there is no alarm blaring. You kind of wake up by yourself on your own terms. I'm sure we've all had something like that in the past. Well, when I had this drink, I had that happen to me, but it happened every single day that I took this drink, this sleep cocktail of just Bragg's apple cider vinegar and honey. And when I had them, I woke up instantly in that morning without having to wake up with an alarm. I didn't feel like I had had poor sleep. I felt like I had a really deep, well-rested sleep. And I got straight out of bed within like 10 seconds of waking up. And I genuinely felt as awake as I am right now making this video. It was like how you would be awake at like 1 p.m., 2 p.m. in the afternoon after you've had lunch kind of thing. You're obviously much more awake than you are at, say, like 6, 7 a.m. in the morning. So I was feeling like that, but at 7 in the morning. And the only way that it happened was because I had this drink. And I thought, okay, maybe it was a fluke. And I've tried it many, 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 many times since, over that last sort of 2 years that I discovered this drink, and it still works, and it's incredible. And so the kind of things that you need are right here. I've got on the screen, which is 2 tablespoons of Bragg's apple cider vinegar, 1 tablespoon of raw honey. I can't emphasize how important it is that it's raw. You don't want any fake honey or like sugary kind of honey that's not the real stuff. You want it to be raw. And then you just pour boiling hot water on it, and you mix that up, drink it. And it's incredible. It is an incredible drink, and I really recommend it. I've got like links in Amazon in the description, or if you want to go ahead and check it out on Amazon and buy any of these different things. But like I say, you may have some of these stuff at your home already, so try it out tonight if you do have that stuff, and see what effects that you get from yourself. So the next drink that I'm going to be talking to you is this one right here, which is titanium tea. And I say here, you can focus without the crash. If I drink a cup of coffee, I feel like a superhero for 30 minutes. Then I need 2 cups to get back to the baseline. So I'm sure we've all tried coffee before. You have that cup of coffee and you're focused, you're alert, you become more awake. Because all of that caffeine going through your body, and you feel great. And you can, focus on emails, or if you're in a meeting, you're much more alert and you're paying attention. And then after a while, you start to crash. You lose all of that sort of energy, and you go back down, to where you were before the coffee intake, and you kind of feel awful. And so what do? You have a second cup of coffee, and then you may need a third cup of coffee. And over time, we also build up this tolerance. And so at some point, you may need 4 or 5 cups of coffee to get you what initially 1 or 2 cups of coffee got you. This is actually a great alternative that gives you all of those, focus highs and all of that kind of stuff, but without actually having a crash. And so I say here, the tea combines different ingredients with different, I can never pronounce this word, pharmacokinetics and biological half-lives. In other words, the stimulants move around the body are staggered. So instead of one single high point and then a rapid descent into fatigue, I have multiple high points. Rather than feeling amazing for 30 minutes and then feeling fatigued, I can feel 20% more effective for 3 to 4 hours. So this drink is not as powerful initially as coffee. However, the lifetime, I guess you could call it, of that single drink is much longer than the little bit that a cup of coffee will get you. And so if I take you here into the ingredients, we have 1 tablespoon of green tea, 1 teaspoon of green tea, 1 teaspoon of black pu'er tea, and 1 teaspoon of lemon, turmeric, and ginger, which gives it a bit more of a taste. And then you can also put coconut oil on top of that. I don't do coconut oil anymore, so I don't have any in my kitchen, but usually I would put that with this drink, and then you just pour boiling hot water into kind of a glass like this, and it obviously the boiling water takes all of the, I don't know what you'd say, or everything that's inside of that tea, and it goes into the drink. and then obviously you can pour that straight out into your cup and drink it. Now, the way that this works is that the green tea only has like a short amount of time before it then drops off, just like coffee does. But the thing is that because we're mixing this with black tea takes a bit longer inside of your digestive system to actually feel the effects of the drink. So green tea is very fast working, where black pu'er tea is a longer take. It's hard to explain. It's harder for your body to absorb it, and so what will happen is you'll get the initial high of the green tea, so you'll come up, and then as that starts to come down, that's when the black pu'er tea kicks in, and then you'll go back up to that line, and you'll stay consistent for a longer period of time than if you had the coffee spike and back down. So this sort of spikes, and then as it goes to dip down, it spikes again and keeps you in that focused area where you get to be so much more productive. And obviously having something like coconut oil, and either eating that before you take this drink or putting it in with the actual drink itself, that coats the lining of your stomach, and so you can delay it even more. And this titanium tea, 1 cup, 2 cups can last for several hours at once, is what I do. And it allows me to really focus and get into that flow state, and be able to do a lot more work than if I was just using coffee or doing nothing at all. And so I just want to say thank you for watching this video. I'm going to leave some additional reading in the description below for the places where I learned about all of these different drinks, and if you want to read a little bit more about people who are a bit more scientific on why these drinks actually work, you can find that down below. And I'll also have, stuff like this product here, which is what I have for making this tea, as well as all of the ingredients here and here. They'll all be linked in the description below to Amazon if you want to go ahead and buy the stuff that I use that gives me all of these great effects. So thank you for watching this video in Think Life Freedom. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like and subscribe for more, and I hope to see you all in another video. Thank you.